She was so good at lying. Her lies always felt true as soon as she said them. I tried to get a +1 to bring you, but no dice. No dice? Claudine repeated in her breathy French accent, brow furrowing. Beatrice leaned forward and kissed Claudine softly. It's a gambling expression. It means we're out of luck. But you never take no for an answer. Claudine pulled her face into a petulant pout, which Beatrice knew was a last-ditch effort to get her to change her mind. Beatrice hated to be told no and would rarely let it stand if she wanted something. But what she truly wanted, no, what she needed, was some time alone. And a summer in L.A. was the exact change of scenery she required. Bringing her girlfriend, if that was what they had to call it, no matter how exquisitely sumptuous she happened to be, wasn't the fresh start Beatrice had in mind. All she knew was that she needed to get away. Everything in Manhattan reminded her of Vronsky. She saw him on street corners, walking away from her before disappearing into a crowd. She heard his laugh coming up through sewer grates. She turned her head at the vroom vroom of every motorcycle. She even listened to his voicemails when she was feeling really desperate. Yo, B! Queen Beatrice in the house! Stop screening my calls, biatch! Her beloved cousin was everywhere around her, as though her memories of him had escaped her mind and now flitted about the city like ghosts. Just tell your uncle how sexy I am, and he'll let me come, Claudine pleaded. Beatrice was moments from bringing out her cat claws. But that was not how she wanted to bid farewell to Claudine. Beatrice knew her fuse was short lately. It was understandable in the wake of her cousin Vronsky's death, but because she cared about Claudine, she was trying to bid farewell on a positive note, even if it was a false one. Claudine was the daughter of her Aunt Genevieve's best friend, so she also had filial piety to consider. Beatrice gave her a deep tongue kiss, pushing her watermelon trident gum into Claudine's mouth as a parting gift. Claudine had once done the same thing to her, and Beatrice had found it hilarious and strangely hot. Now, she copied it symbolically as a sign of things having to come full circle. Claudine smiled and started chewing the gum. You'll text, she said, not asked. They had spent the last 5 weeks together, rarely, if ever, apart, and Beatrice knew Claudine was depressed by the idea of being away from each other. I'll do better than that. Easier to string her along than get in a fight and have to make up over the phone, Bea thought. I'll ravish you tonight in our dreams, she said. Claudine giggled with delight, her cheeks reddening. Beatrice was the only person who could make Claudine blush. She hooked Claudine's belt with her fingers and pulled her close, giving her a long, slow kiss goodbye. Why did the crazy ones always taste so good? Walking away, she could feel Claudine's eyes on her back, willing her to turn around. But Beatrice resisted the impulse to feel anything. Love was a luxury she didn't get to indulge in anymore. Not with Claudine. Not with anyone. Not since Vronsky. Beatrice adjusted the monogrammed LV duffel strap on her shoulder as she approached the JFK Airport VIP hostess who had been waiting to walk her through security. Normally, Beatrice flew private, but her parents were using the G5 this weekend, so she had to fly commercial like one of the terminal people, as she snobbishly thought of them. This way, Miss D, the hostess said, taking Bea's bag. Bea put on her chrome heart sunglasses, feeling safe behind the dark tint of the lenses. Initially, Beatrice's mother had refused to pay the extra $3,000 for Beatrice to be ushered through security, seated in her own private room and waited upon until boarding. She had recently read in Oprah's magazine that saying no to your children from time to time would better prepare them for real life. So Beatrice charged it on her own card, knowing full well her mother hadn't looked at a credit card statement in over 2 decades. Is she still back there? Beatrice